Hello everyone and welcome to Arkansas Style. Thank you all for tuning in this afternoon. I am your host, Nicole Neiman. We've got more festive fun on the horizon, so let's go ahead and take a look at what's on today's agenda. The Royal Theater is bringing holiday magic to the stage this year with the best Christmas pageant ever, the musical. Director Matthew Burns and a few of the Royal players involved join us today to share how you can be a part of the laughs, the family fun, and the heart of this joyous production. And the team behind Southern Tale Brewing is bringing Hump Day Happy Hour to a whole new level with the 12 martinis of Christmas. Each week leading up to the big day, they'll be serving up one festive martini that's sure to get you in the holiday spirit. And today we're trying martini number 1. And how many times have you received what you thought was good relationship advice only to find out it created more hectic moments than happy ones? Charlie Simpson is here later to break down the good, the bad, and what advice you should actually take. Plus, Chris Norwood joins us here shortly to help amp up the Christmas spirit in studio with a handmade holiday wreath. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Arkansas Style starts right now. Once again, thank you all for joining us today. We are getting ready to add some holiday flair to Studio B, and that all starts with the help of award-winning floral designer and co-owner of Norwood Day Floral Company, Chris Norwood. He's joining us first with easy ways to create a beautiful Christmas wreath with perfect greeting for everyone who walks through the door. Well, always great to see you.
My t-shirt once again is coming undone. Anyway, so
can't take you anywhere, can we?
I know it, and I'm pretty sure these balls are going to go everywhere in a minute. So it's just going to be a hot mess express.
Just put me on top of the tree.
There you go. I was telling you earlier we can make little angel wings out. It would be so cute. Yeah,
we're done.
There we go. So we're going to take a traditional green wreath. You can get these anywhere.
Yeah.
And so we especially get up at Norwood Day.
That's what I was going to say,
And then we're actually
right?
going to make it, add a little frost to it. So I'm going to have you start on that. And when you start to do insertions like this, you always want to keep them going the same way.
Same direction, okay,
And
gotcha.
what I've found, you can do it the fastest way to do it is just to put them in like that. And then you get done, you go back and do a little bit of twist in there. There's no need to get crazy and twist them all in, because a lot of times next year you may want to do something totally different.
I mean, already it looks amazing.
So
Let's just tip that up so the camera can see. Look at what we've already done.
We're going to lose some balls,
I mean,
but let's
okay,
do it.
no, I got you, I got you.
And I don't juggle, so anyway.
Beautiful, okay.
So there's that.
Very
so
pretty.
what I'm going to have you do is, we've picked this one, right?
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah, we had a
we're gonna
choice.
add a little bit of frost.
We had this or we had that.
So we're going to add a little bit of this.
Okay.
Once again, outside edge.
All right. I got you.
There we go.
Hey, how was Thanksgiving?
It was great. How was yours?
How'd your dressing turn out?
Really good.
Well, thanks for bringing me a little
treat.
treat.
Got a little sagey on it, but you know.
Oh, you did? Oh, I like sage though.
But nobody turned it down.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, good. Did you have any fights? Does your family like to fight about politics and religion, all the hot topics that you know?
We just kind of go shut up and keep moving. So anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Talk about the weather.
Yeah.
All right,
so
good
there's
deal.
that. You want to hold that up and see how far we are?
Yeah, look at this already. I mean, it's got so much flair.
There we go.
Wow. All right. I mean, it was just a plain old green wreath, but
green
now
wreath.
it is Vegas style.
So now we're going to take these. Now these are balls that have a little bit of hook on them, and I've already hooked some of them for you. So what I want you to do is I want you to place these through here. Just catch it down like that. Go as close to the bottom as possible.
Okay, so folks at home, I want you to check this out. Okay, Chris, of course, you offer all of these decorations in a store. So look at this supersized, really pretty pink ball. And then what he did was add a long wire to it,
right?
Which, of course, you need that length and depth to get into the branches of this wreath, huh?
There you go.
Look at the pretty colors you chose, too. What do you call this? Kind of like sage? Speaking of,
that is kind of a celadon green.
Celadon.
And so I'm going to have you
do
that, and I'm going to start working on the bow because you know we don't have that much time. But anyway,
don't rush me. This could be the whole hour of the show. Folks at home, wouldn't you like to see Chris and I just you know, decorate
Well, we talked about
and
decorating
gossip
the tree.
for a whole hour.
There we go. So there's that. I thought I'd bring a little bit of that, but here's what we're gonna do. Is we're actually gonna take this ribbon.
Oh, wait a second. Look at that
So,
ribbon. It's like,
two-tone.
Look at this.
And then we have the
Okay.
orange. We thought
Oh,
that
wait.
looked good. And with,
Chris,
then we're
how
gonna put a little bit of
beautiful.
that with it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just take in this little bit of joy. Folks at home, look at how beautiful these color combinations are together.
We don't have time for love, Joy. Keep moving.
Taylor says we got all kinds of time. She's not rushing you.
Okay. So here's the trick. I learned that if you go back and cut your ribbon, it takes like 3 yards.
Do you know what Taylor just said to
What?
me?
What?
She says we will always make time for
Oh,
Chris.
well, good.
Okay, so there
Okay,
you go.
guys, y'all aren't going on
right.
today, apparently. So anyway.
Wait, I want to get to the martinis though. Hold on.
I keep telling you, we need to have the martinis before we start this project. They get really pretty at the
Okay,
end.
what were you just telling me when I interrupted you about the
I've
ribbon?
learned that if we're
Sorry.
gonna, you know, multiple ribbons and bows is really, really popular right now. Everybody's doing it. I mean, there's a guy named John Mark in Memphis that he's kind of brought ribbon back because he sells tons of bows and very popular on social media.
Okay.
There's
Yeah, I'm a
that.
big fan of the ribbon. I mean, really.
So we're gonna go back. We're gonna cut that.
Okay. Oh, and
I'm
look at
gonna
how
do
you're
this.
cutting the end of these. How pretty. I like
Yeah, I'll
that.
show you a real easy trick on that one.
Okay, that's a neat idea,
So if you
though.
take it like this, and you just point it like that.
Oh, look at you fold it over itself.
Yep.
And
Bada bing,
look
bada
at,
boom.
I
There
did
we
not
go.
know that trick. Folks at home, check it out. Here. So
There
what
you
Chris
go.
did. Okay, see that flat edge there?
Yep, take it,
Okay.
fold it
And
in,
we just fold
and
it.
You're gonna cut away from yourself. Basically, you're
go
gonna
ahead.
go like that. Just like that.
And hold on. Wait for it. Ta-da!
Not
Look at
the
that little
good
bit of
ribbon
magic.
scissors.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's a great trick.
So I'm gonna do a little loop here in the middle.
Okay.
That's gonna be my center.
Your center. All right.
center.
Gotcha.
So now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna take my smaller ribbon first. And I'm gonna do like this.
Wait.
One.
Whoa.
Two, well, you know,
Okay.
time is money. I gotta keep moving.
I know.
Yeah.
You are the busiest Santa's elf
Yeah.
going.
So now I've done 2 there and 1 here. So I'm
Okay.
gonna reverse it now and I'm gonna take this ribbon and I'm gonna go 1.
Okay, so he did the loops
Two.
on one side, and then he's going to do the loops on the other side,
Exactly.
rather than doing them both at the same time.
Right.
Okay,
To
I'm
me,
with you.
I'm old school. I had a lovely lady named Vera Stuckey when I was 14 years old told me
Who?
to make a Miss Vera.
Miss Vera.
Miss
Okay.
Vera. So I reversed it and done 2 loops on this one and 1 on there.
Okay.
Now let's go back and fill in with this one.
I just love these colors that you chose. I mean,
be fine in the
honestly,
studio. Looks kinda
so
like those
beautiful.
colors.
Really beautiful.
So once again, there, there, and there. Then we're going to take a piece of wire, preferably a tape wire, but that's not happening today either. So
All right, just remind everybody at home, what we are doing here is all available at Norwood Day Floral.
Absolutely.
So you can buy the ribbon, or you can have these bows pre-made for yourself, right?
Absolutely.
Either way. Look at
pull
this.
here, pull
Oh,
this.
see, Chris, I'm a big fan of color at Christmas too. I mean, I
there's
like a
that.
little bit of that, not kitsch, but I do like when Christmas is supersized,
There
you
you
know? Some people like to get a little too fancy and delicate about it all. I say
Well,
more. Blow it up.
We do a little bit all of it.
I love this. Oh my gosh. Okay, good deal.
So that's going to be our bow in the middle right here. So let's go ahead and put that in.
Oh, I love it.
Now, if we wanted to add a little bit more ribbon to it through like the wreath, we're going to catch it right here, just like that. And then I'm going to take that orange ribbon because I think that shows up the best.
Okay. Let me just get down. Excuse me, back.
Well,
Ta-da.
keep moving. Anyway, so there's that.
Okay.
So there's, and you can start doing the ribbon.
Wow,
I
okay.
mean, that's your job. Okay.
Look at these scissors. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So cut me one more piece right here. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Just not me.
Wait, sorry. Hold, please.
There we go.
Okay,
There
I
we
got
go.
it. I got it.
So now I'm going to take this piece. I'm going to catch it underneath here.
Oh,
Add
yes.
some more streamers. Now you could do the streamers down,
Here it comes.
or
Okay.
you could weave it through like this. I traditionally love a wreath. We're making this wreath to bow on top. Now, if you have like a big door, you would traditionally have the wreath on the bottom so the streamers flow.
Oh, look at how awesome this is. Oh my gosh, Arkansas style. You've never looked so great. Well, Chris, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
There you go.
And
you can just keep adding balls. You can keep going, whatever you want.
All right, terrific. Well, great to see you.
You too.
Appreciate you so much.
We'll see you next week.
As always, for more inspiration, designs, and custom floral, visit norwoodday.com or visit their store off Cantrell Road. Now, still ahead, see how the best Christmas pageant ever, the musical, is taking the holiday spirit to the next level with laughs, heart, and the magic of the Royal Theater. We'll be right back. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. Get ready for holiday laughs with the Royal Theater. Director Matthew Burns is here with a few of the cast members to talk about the best Christmas pageant ever, the musical, a family-friendly show full of heart, humor, and holiday cheer. All right, thanks everybody for being here.
Thank you.
All right, Matthew, I love the Royal Theater. I mean, it is the most charming, enchanted theater.
Yes, ma'am.
This production you've done before, but the musical is the new twist, yes?
Yes, ma'am. This show was written actually in 2017. So it's very new to Arkansas, and I'm pretty sure that we are the first theater in Arkansas doing this specific production.
Ah, okay. And what's the storyline?
So the storyline is you have the Bradley family who they're getting ready for Christmas, they're doing all their stuff, and their mom suddenly takes over the Christmas pageant because the director breaks her foot. And so a lot of twists ensue with the Herdmans, and the Herdmans are the bad kids in town, and so they get brought into the pageant and they start to take over in more ways than one.
Can't imagine a mom doing that. Never. All right, Idolo, you are one of the cast members, and this is a full cast of performers. What is your role? What are you doing?
I'm Ralph Herman, so I'm one of the Hermans, so it's like the bad kids. So it's kind of funny because we're like bullies. So we're like very like rude people, but it's not because like we're bad person, it's just because we're like having like a bad time at home because like our mom is not there, so we don't have attention, so we like try to get that attention being like rude with all the people.
Oh, all right. Well, that'll get your attention for sure, probably in the wrong ways, but it makes for great theater. Hayden, you wouldn't dare cause trouble, would you?
No.
Who do you play? What do you do in the musical?
I'm Gladys Herdman.
Yeah, and what does she do? Is she a singer, a dancer?
She's like really cute, and she is like really into it, and she like wants to be the boss of everything, and she's just following what she could do best, and like that's just her Herdman way.
Ah, well, cute. You nailed that for sure. A whole lot of fun, Matthew. I mean, you are bringing in an incredible cast. Let's touch on a little bit about some of those cast members because it's really something to talk about.
Oh yeah, we have 37 people in our cast. 7 of those are adults. Some of them are making their Royal Theater debut, like Italo, and Hayden, who this is her second show at the Royal. But a lot of them are making their Royal Theater debut. And yeah, we've seen a lot of ticket sales come from that too. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It's wonderful to go out and support everybody. Again, I mean, it really is a professional production that you're putting on. I mean, while you're grabbing cast members from the surrounding areas, I mean, what you do is really next level. And again, it's such an enchanting theater. You're bringing it up a notch too because you'll be hosting some themed nights, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We are hosting different themed nights, like wear your comfiest pajamas, wear your flannel, wear your ugly Christmas sweater. We're having a lot of fun just because it's what this show's about. We like having family fun, especially with all the families that are in our show. We have a lot of them, but we figured that this was one way to kind of like step it up a notch when it comes to having a fun night out at the theater and making it worth your money that you're spending.
Love it. Well, there's the full menu of options for you to participate in this incredible show. And again, I've been to the Royal Theater. It is absolutely, like I said, the most enchanting place to watch a show. It's very intimate, not a bad seat in the house. Well, let's invite everybody out to come see the show.
So we open actually this Thursday and we run through next weekend. We are 7 o'clock on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and 2 o'clock on Sunday. You can find tickets on our website. And yeah, we'd love to see everybody come out.
Great way to start a Christmas tradition. And again, downtown Benton is so busy and bustling with activities. This would just be the cherry on top. You can go make a whole day of it. All right, well, great to meet you both. Good luck with the show. Matthew, great to see you.
Good to see
holidays.
you.
For tickets and showtimes, visit their website at theroyaltheater.org or check them out on Facebook at The Royal Players. We're heading down to Benton for some suggestions by Southern Tale for a pre-show martini. Tracy Kreider is here shaking things up. Right after this, you're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. It's Hump Day Happy Hour on our clock, which means it's time to get festive with Southern Tale Brewing. Owner Tracy Kreider is here to show off one of their amazing 12 martinis of Christmas, a fun way to celebrate the season with holiday spirits and cheer. All right, Tracy, well, you had me at martini.
Always.
I mean, you know, aw shucks, I do it for the people. What'd you bring in today?
Well, we are launching 12 martinis of Christmas, which is a martini every single day from December 1st through the 24th. Oh. And so the first was vodka, second was gin, third was cinnamon, and then today we're tasting eggnog martini. What is more Christmas than that?
Fantastic. Never heard of such a thing, but I know we're going to get friendly real quickly. You have an incredible curated menu of cocktails, of food, and of course of craft beer.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about Southern Tale Brewing and its concept.
Yeah, so brewery, restaurant, event center, we really work really hard to embrace Craft with a Cause, which is our charity and giving side of our business. We'll probably almost eclipse $20,000 this year that we've donated to charities supporting dog and pet owners this year. So really proud of that. But it's all fueled by the food and the beverage and the amazing team behind Southern Tale. So really excited. And we just launched Feliz Navidad, our Christmas ale. So if you're not a martini drinker and you prefer what we're famous for, come in and have a Feliz Navidad, and that is available in cans as well as on draft. So very exciting.
Okay, and take a 4-pack home and give it as a gift. I mean, look at this. How cute. Look at the artwork on these cans. Tracy, I'm telling you, everything you do is top notch.
Thank you.
And let's talk about the interior of Southern Tale. I mean, you walk in there, I mean, that space is just spectacular.
Well, it's extra spectacular now. We are to the nines with bows and trees, and now I learned how to make a wreath, so we can have even more Christmas spirit in there. So really, really excited about the space and how it's coming to light with the holidays.
And how about your windows? Just
Yes,
won an award.
Covered in snow, and we are very excited to be second time East Village winner of the contest. So come by. We have a 33-foot lighted tree out front, and so we are living the decorations.
Oh, I mean, folks at home, take your friends and family. Talk about a photo opportunity too. I mean, it really, the backdrop is incredible.
Thank
All right, well,
you.
let's
Should we shake it up?
let's see what's happening with this
All right.
eggnog martini.
Eggnog. So this is a little bit of eggnog, vodka, Grand Marnier, and this is, as I said, our 4th day. So this one is just a creamy, sweet, something special, and then just to make sure that it is living all of the spices of the season, we top it with a little bit of fresh nutmeg, just to make sure that it really feels all the things. So this is one of the martinis that will eventually go onto a tree. So the vision behind this is you go for the 12 days, you get to try each one of them. And then on day 13 through 24, you can order the entire tree. So bring your friends, because you can't drink a tree alone, of course, but you'll have all of them. But so this is one of the features that we have.
Okay, eggnog just got a new level up. I mean, who knew to make it a martini? This is spectacular. spectacular. I mean, so delicious. All right, and so there's many more to come.
Exactly.
With the martinis of Christmas. You're going to be coming each week.
We will come each week, and then also the vocal talent of Southern Tale is emerging. It's not quite the beer and the food, but we are singing, of course, the 12 days, and you'll get to see a preview of all that on social media. So watch us on Facebook and Instagram to see and hear about the cocktail of the day.
I tell you, it's always a party when you go there. I mean, everything you do is so great. Let's touch on the menu because, again, you know, your cocktails are one thing, your beer is another, but you offer great food.
Thank you so much, because the gumbo that we have now, the chili, like we are really warming everything up with the food. We also have some really great stuff that we put out on events. So duck poppers and boudin balls and some really fun things that only pop up for the holidays right now. But of course, don't worry, all the classics are still there. You can still get your craft burgers and your chicken wings and all the things that we're famous for.
Okay, and the eggnog martini. Always great to see you, honey. I really love what you do.
Likewise.
To satisfy your taste buds, just head over to Southern Tale Brewing, located off East 9th Street here in downtown Little Rock. You can also check out their hours and menu and current selection of beers at southerntailbrewing.com. Now get ready to explore Texas like never before. Hikes, swamps, canoes, and stunning canyons are just the beginning. When we return, Jennifer Broom joins us to share some of the unexpected adventures you can find in the Lone Star State. Stay with us. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Late fall and early winter are prime times to head to Texas for some outdoor fun. Travel journalist Jennifer Broom joins me from Fredericksburg in the Texas Hill Country. She's partnering with Travel Texas to share some unexpected adventures in the Lone Star State. Jennifer, well, that's quite idyllic setting you got going on there. Great to meet you.
Oh, it's great to see you. Yes, welcome to the Vine on Middle Creek, just outside of Fredericksburg. And you are exactly right. Idyllic, it's serene, it is spectacular here.
Okay, well, let's touch on some of the outdoor opportunities that the Texas Hill Country offers.
Well, Fredericksburg is just one of the many quaint towns in the Texas Hill Country with rich German heritage. My number one thing to do outdoors here is to hike Enchanted Rock State Natural Area. The pink granite dome is cool, plus it's a dark sky park, so the stargazing is phenomenal. If you're a wine drinker, there's over 100 wineries in the area. They are fabulous too. And Lyndon B. Johnson National Historical Park is very close to Fredericksburg. You can go and see LBJ's beloved ranch. And then the holidays are very festive. And if you happen to visit during March and early April, the bluebonnets are off the charts. It's one of the best times to be here.
All right. Well, for some of our thrill seekers, there's some wild fun to be had over in East Texas. What do you got on tap there?
I think this is a big surprise when I say we're heading to Beaumont. We are going for a sea to swamp adventure that you could actually do in a day. Let's first get a little solitude on the beach and also do some birding. Going to two places, Sea Rim State Park and McFadden National Wildlife Refuge. They're right next to each other. Both are part of the Great Texas Coastal Birding Trail. And then right in town in Beaumont is Cattail Marsh Scenic Wetlands and Boardwalk. I went at sunrise and it is a paradise. It is a birding haven there. Now, Big Thicket National Preserve, such a cool spot to check out. I went on a small boat, but you can also go on a kayak tour with Big Thicket Outfitters. We did the Cooks Lake to Scatterman Paddle Trail. It is such a cool way to see the cypress and tupelo trees up close. And then just a few hours north, the closest spot for you guys is Caddo Lake. Get this, it is one of the world's largest bald cypress forests. It is incredible. It's mysterious. It's mystique. The best way to experience this lake is on a boat ride. I went with Patrick with Mossy Break Camp Caddo Lake Swamp Tours. I absolutely loved it. It was a landscape in Texas that just absolutely wowed me, and I have traveled extensively across the state.
Holy cow. I mean, talk about coming up with some great ideas that people, really probably have never considered. What a list. All right, well, let's invite people to maybe visit the Panhandle. There is some unexpected adventure to be had there.
Yeah, and it is on a big scale. You know, they say everything's bigger in Texas. There's that saying for you, and that includes Palo Duro Canyon State Park. It is home to the second largest canyon in the United States. It's 120 miles long. My favorite hike is the Lighthouse Trail. It does take you to one of the park's most iconic rock formations. Palo Duro is just 25 minutes from Route 66 in Amarillo. You may know the Mother Road celebrating its centennial celebration next year. So Amarillo is having a Route 66 Fest, and that's going to be June 4th through the 13th.
Okay, very cool. All right, interesting landscape Texas has. When we go to the west part of the state, it's a little bit of an arid opportunity there. What can we experience in West Texas?
This is for me, such a fun segment to share with you because I've taken you from the swamp in East Texas to the gorgeous hill country to Palo Duro, and now we're going to the vast desert. And my favorite way to experience West Texas is a road trip. You start in Marfa, and then you'll eventually get your way around to Terlingua. So some spots to stop: Fort Davis, see the historic fort, go do a star party at McDonald Observatory, take a dip at Balmorhea in the springs there at Balmorhea State Park, then head over to Marfa. It's quirky, it's artsy, it's fun, great food. You might see the mysterious Marfa lights, then drive River Road right along the Rio Grande into Terlingua. That will bring you to Big Bend National Park, the only national park with an entire mountain range within its borders. And I've been to 49 of the 63 national parks. It is one of my favorites. I highly recommend hiking the South Rim.
Very cool. Well, cue your little sidekick. Your dog just hopped into the shot.
That's one of the vineyard dogs. That's a cute little Zoe who wants me to throw the ball.
Oh, what fun. Really incredible list of ideas for us to travel the state. If we wanted more information, where could we go?
It's easy. All you have to do is go to traveltexas.com.
Well, Jennifer, again, you look quite buckled up and saddled in over there, wherever you're at. I enjoyed our conversation.
I did too. Thanks.
Thank you. Well, they do say everything is bigger in Texas, but I would say traveling there is better in Texas. Go check them out. Now, don't go anywhere. We're continuing our conversation on hormone replacement therapy. Jean Way joins us next to break down the safety and effectiveness of estrogen creams. Stick around. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Arkansas Style. Vaginal estrogen creams are getting a lot of press these days, and we wanted to know if they too are considered safe and effective. Here to discuss is UAMS cardiologist Dr. Jean Way. All right, this should wrap up our conversation on hormone replacement therapy. Yes. But on my TikToker, I'm telling you, there's a lot of talk about the estrogen creams.
Yes.
Can you tell us about them?
Sure. Thank you, Nicole. I'm delighted to be here. I'm honored, and I'm so pleased we're getting a chance to talk about such an important topic. I'll start it by saying that men have had topical testosterone, if you will, and it's called androgel. You might have heard it anyway. They've been having it for years. Well, just a year ago now, 12 months ago, the FDA finally approved a topical estrogen gel or cream, okay? So we're catching up. It's a good thing. And the reasons that it's good is because, first of all, you don't have to swallow it. So it doesn't go through your system where the liver has to do a lot of metabolizing. And that's where the effect could be somewhat not as good. The second thing is because it's topical and because you can put it where you need it, the dose that you put there is lower. Okay? The third reason is because the risks associated with estrogen, and I'm talking about cancer, dementia, blood clots, stroke, heart attack, all those are not going to happen if you have a low dose, if you will, topical estrogen preparation, which is what this is. It's a low dose, you put it on where you can best benefit from it, and it works. So it's a good thing. And you can use it, almost, pretty frequently, and it's still good because it's such a low dose, and it doesn't go through, all the internal organs that it otherwise would if you swallowed it.
So you mentioned the men using the testosterone cream. A lot of times they need that on board for low libido. Do women use this for that purpose as well?
Well, that's a very good question. They don't really discuss it because the estrogen dose is pretty low. But it might, it sometimes just a little bit increase, in a hormone, if you will, can make a big difference. If there is desire to increase the libido, a number of preparations are given where women take a very low dose testosterone and it raises their libido and everybody's happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
There is so much to talk about with this hormone replacement theory and the fact that the black box label just came off of it.
Yes.
Does this apply to all of these hormones that we've discussed?
Well, that's a great question. The reason that they took it off is because, as I mentioned, that was the huge scare from the Women's Health Initiative in the 90s. And finally, we figured out that it's not as life-threatening or lethal as it was made out to be. The other reason that we're talking about it now is because there are non-estrogen preparations that have hit the market. They have different names, but the idea is they're not estrogen at all. So then the question was, well, what was wrong with estrogen in the first place in the low dose? And so now we understand there was not much wrong with it. Yeah.
Now, for the men, since we've touched on this as well with, the hormones and what have you, do they have the same cancer risks that women would have?
So it's not quite the same. For the studies that have been conducted, looking at androgen supplement or androgen topical therapy, there's not much that's been shown to make a difference, because the big question was prostate cancer. If you take androgen, testosterone, will you increase the risk? What they have found is that it really doesn't. So, and that's kind of a little bit of a surprise because everybody expected it to be, breast cancer, prostate cancer, but it hasn't quite turned out that way yet.
Okay, going back to the women's application and the hormone replacement theory, just to, again, wrap this all up. Before we start a course of this, especially if we're the perimenopause age, what have you, is it important for us to get a baseline blood test to measure our hormone levels so that they know what dose to prescribe to us? Or do you just go to the doctor, you're at a certain age, and they just write a prescription?
That's a great question. We don't have as much data as we wish that we could to know about every single dose and every single effect. We only know mostly about estrogen. We do know somewhat about progestins, and what we know is that progestins are needed if you're going to have a long time estrogen daily therapy. But if it's topical, which is what we're talking about, that's not such a great need. So yeah, the whole thing is if you can just have it topically, you're pretty safe.
Wow. Again,
but don't lather it all over your body.
No. Good reminder.
Yeah.
Use lotion instead. All right. Well, great to see you, Dr. Way. I've enjoyed this conversation. It's been a three-parter for us, and I think it's been very enlightening for everybody.
Yes. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you,
Happy
Nicole.
Holidays. You look so pretty today, too.
You look gorgeous.
As always, Dr. Way will join us again next week to answer more of our medical questions and concerns. So if you or a friend have anything you're curious about, just send us a message on social media, and we'll make sure to cover it in one of our upcoming segments. Now, not all relationship advice is created equal. Charlie Simpson joins us next to share the best, the worst, and how to spot what really works. Stay with us. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Welcome back to Arkansas Style. It's time to talk relationships. Oh boy. We all have heard common advice given by friends and family. We are with Charlie Simpson here to break it all down. Charlie, great to see you.
Yeah, we done heard all kind of advice.
Yeah.
All types.
I keep asking until I get the advice I want. Nicole, you're right.
Happy wife, happy life. You know, that's what. But what about this one? Never go to bed angry. What do you think about that
Well,
one?
I've certainly heard that, you know. What say you?
You know, that's a tough one. You know, that's your biblical, quotes. But you know what? The research tells us is that there are just times where couples go into fight or flight mode. And unfortunately, later on in the evenings are usually those heightened times where couples end up in conflicts. So, you know, if you have to go to bed, you know, a little upset with each other, research tells us take that time out. You do not want to try to get through a conflict when your body is in fight or flight mode. And so you want to allow your body to calm. And if that requires we have to sleep on it, what the research do tell us is that you want to try to address those issues within 24 hours. So, you know, if fight is at 9, you got 24 hours from that point to try to revisit it and then get through it.
I'm going to go a little off topic here. You talked about rituals of connection. And so at night when you go to bed, you know, a lot of times you'll give a little kiss or hold their hand or whatever. You told me last week that even if you're fighting, you still want to do those rituals of connection. I think it's important. I mean, I remember when Taylor and Larikas were on the couch and they were role playing.
Right.
Just the fact that they would touch and reach out right away just de-escalates.
Those small things, you have to keep those rituals. And this is going to be a tough one. Like, what if you're scheduled for intimacy that night and you have the conflict?
First of all, you lost me at schedule for intimacy. I guess people are doing this.
I mean, sometimes it's scheduled, but you know, in those moments, you want to try to keep those things going. But you know, more importantly, you still have to revisit the issue. So it's all right to cause those timeouts, to go into your pause, but you just have to make sure you come back and revisit those moments.
Okay, 24 hours. How about the best relationship advice you've heard?
You know, one of the best is just being able to communicate openly and honestly. You know, we talk about the importance of vulnerability. And then go into that, finding ways to connect. But couples that can go into vulnerability and really express how they're feeling in the moment, those are the ones to stay connected. Even if we're misattuning, we're still finding those ways to be vulnerable, because I know you were just saying the difficulty with communicating. Oftentimes when we stay out of vulnerability and communicate, there's a lot more misattuning. When we go to vulnerability, those are the moments where we can attune more and we can hear each other more. And that's all I'm really translating, you know, in the sessions, is just helping those couples communicate more on those vulnerable levels. And when they communicate from that place, you start to see the connection improve.
Yeah, I mean, folks at home, bear with us just here for a minute, because I think a lot of times couples are well-intended when they're trying to communicate.
That's
but I
correct.
could be saying something to you and you are hearing something entirely different than what I'm saying. And Charlie, this is where you come in as such a valuable third party to, like you say, help translate, to get us communicating, and so we hear each other. Because again, I think at the end of the day, these couples really do want to stay together.
They do, and you are absolutely correct. There, you know, 40% of couples that throw in the towel and divorce typically want the relationship to last. They just move into a place where that communication and miscommunication get the best of them, and they just kind of lose hope. But you know, just through our services, we're able to help couples to hear each other more, help them stay in a place where they can understand just the little nuances that couples might not understand in the moment. And when they start to see that, you just see those light bulbs start to just open up, and they'll come back, the next session and just say, hey, we're asking those same questions that you ask us, during the sessions. But it just allowed the couples to be able to have a different perspective on how to communicate with each other.
Okay, any other advice you want to share?
Have fun. You have to have fun. Just like you were mentioning with those rituals of connections, make sure you have those rituals in place where you can stay connected with your partner through the good times and the bad times. And if you can implement that, you'll be okay. Lo has some tips too, but we can't do them on TV.
All right, Larigas, we'll take it up after the break. Well, again, having you in these couples' lives is so valuable. Well, Charlie, enjoyed the conversation.
Good,
yeah,
good.
Takes a lot of courage.
It does.
It really does.
Right.
But got to keep them in love.
You got to keep them together.
For more advice that really works, just reach out to Charlie and his team of licensed professionals at the Arkansas Relationship Counseling Center. Just scan the QR code on your screen or visit arkansasrelationshipcenter.com. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Arkansas Style.
You're watching Arkansas Style on KARK.
Thank you all so much for joining us today, and to all of our guests and sponsors who join us in studio. Now, don't forget to follow us on social media or visit our website for clips of the show that you may have missed or just want to rewatch for a second time. We will see you all again next time with love. Mwah.
Thank you for watching Arkansas Style with Nicole Neiman. Furniture provided by Hank's Fine Furniture. Fresh flowers provided by Norwood Day Floral Company.